Shawn Michaels was born to be a superstar. Shawn Michaels is the most decorated superstar in history.
But what I am is the showstopper, the headliner, the main event, the icon of the WWE. Yours truly, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That is how you probably know our next guest, but watch this too.
So what do you think? Is it a bit much?
Just a little. No, that's cool. What do you guys do?
You know what, we show up for church events, go to homeless shelters, things like that.
Yeah? Full time?
No, that was the old Doug, BC. That was a much different group of guys. We mostly do this just for fun. You want a brewski?
Can't. Sober. And the root beer has processed sugar.
I get you. You're keeping the old temple pure.
Try it.
Don't leave me hanging.
That's for me.
All right, and we welcome in Shawn Michaels, actor, legendary WWE Hall of Fame pro wrestler, who is co-starring in the film The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, which is coming out January 20th. Something else has happened January 20th, but you could go to the movies. Hello, sir.
Thank you very much.
Very nice to meet you. Yeah. All right, so Gavin Stone, The Resurrection of Gavin Stone. It's a very interesting storyline here. From what I understand, he plays a washed-up child actor, and he to make himself fit in, to get a part in a play that he wants to be in, he pretends to be Christian?
Yes, well, he's trying to get out of doing his community service, so he's in the church doing that, and then to get out of even doing the work he's doing there, he pretends to be a Christian to take part in the Easter pageant, and as he does that, he plays the role of Jesus, and then of course the wonderful people that he encounters on the way, it all begins to have a positive change, and the once very selfish individual that Brett Dalton plays as Gavin Stone is changed quite a bit.
Well, you also had a very positive change in your life. Before we get to that, how's the acting? I mean, how do you like acting? It's a whole different. Oh, maybe not. So you tell me. Well, how similar and how different?
Well, there obviously there are some great similarities. Hope I'm not giving anything away. but there are some similarities. But certainly it was a lot of fun. It was very challenging, and of course this is. Now, I personally, in my real life, do have have a connection with the role of Doug, but at the same time, you know, as that camera comes in closer and learning to tell a story more subtly with your face and looks and things of that nature, was different and a lot more challenging, but very fun. And of course, Dallas Jenkins, the director, and of course Brett Dalton, the lead character, they were a ton of help, and so the entire cast and crew were patient with me, and hopefully I'll let the audience judge if I did it.
I'm sure you did great. All reviews are great, early reviews, and I think that it's so important when movies like this come out. These are believe it or not, I mean, you get the Star Wars. I'm not talking about that, but when it comes to these kinds of movies that talk about faith, that talk about a message, a good message, a positive message, they succeed. They're doing really well.
They really are, and that's the thing. I think the WWE studios has found that, oh my goodness, there's a real audience, and again, that feel-good story. And look, it's always been tough, but you never know when you put together a really nice movie that touches people, what impact that might have on them in real life. And certainly there's enough going on out there, and we're not going to compete with Marvel and Star Wars, but this is a real touching, moving story. And obviously for my first film, I was honored to be a part of something like that.
I think the next one, if I might be so bold as to suggest to the people who run the studio and to you, might be your life story, because your life story involves finding God. What about in the early 2000s, 2002?
Yes, 2002.
Turning your life around in many respects as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I certainly did my best to screw up my life, no matter how much success I had, and thankfully, through the love of a good woman, having a child, starting a family. Honestly, I realized, much like the character of Gavin Stone, that just because you're successful here doesn't mean you're a success as a man, and as a husband, as a father. And I honestly realized at that point that was going to be the absolute most important role that I ever played in my life, is as wishy-washy as it sounds.
No, how old's your child?
It's the truth. Our son now is 17. Our daughter is 12.
I got a 17-year-old son. He's my only one. That's what life's all about, right?
It is.
That's what life's all about.
And of course, where they can learn how to be a man or what to see in a man other than their dad.
The Resurrection, ladies and gentlemen, of Gavin Stone. Make sure you check it out. Shawn Michaels is, I'll say he's the star of it. I said it, he didn't. And after you watch the inauguration, go watch The Resurrection of Gavin Stone. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks, sir.